Yo, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Father Built Podcast, where we build up men in holiness, healthiness, happiness, aiming to give men the tools to build their house of legacy. I'm your host, Bobby Peacock, and as you can see, we're in a new space. And I'm also just testing out a new mic. This mic is actually pretty dope for all the nerds out there. This is a wireless microphone that I can plug my headphones into, and it's just connected to my camera, which my phone is just, it's going off right now. I think someone just dropped behind me. But besides having a new microphone, we also have a new set for the Father Built Podcast, which I'm excited about. It took me a little bit to curate and to create this space in this room, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. This is like my third bedroom upstairs, and I wanted to create something that was just besides having shoes on the wall. And so my downstairs space is actually going to be used for the Between Us podcast. And if I have like multiple guests, more than two, we'll be jumping into that space. But for here, this is just really for Father Built podcasts, and I'm gonna be doing reaction videos and this and that. And so so I've kind of been just chilling lately, honestly. The chill has been real. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Life has been absolutely just crazy. Like really, 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 really crazy. And so I just want to catch you guys up on what's going on in my life, and what's new, what's happening. And so back in October, I worked for a nonprofit for like 6+ years. They were a client of mine, and then I started working for them full time, and part time, then full time, and it was amazing. And back in October, my position got cut. It is what it is. Left on good terms, and and now I'm like, was in the season of like, God, like, what's next? Now what? Now what? What do I do now? And the path was pretty clear. But I was at peace with it. And so, took a contract gig working for the church that I go to, Celebrate Church. And then in January, I took a full-time job working for this church, Celebrate, and it's been absolutely amazing. It's been hard too. It's been hard, challenges, and but everything has been good as well. And so and then I did a 40-day fast as well, because there was some roots that I needed to pull out in my life personally. And like, when I say 40-day fast, I mean 40-day fast, like no social media, like no Netflix or Hulu. I was on the Daniel fast for 40 days. If you don't know what that is, feel free to look it up. And then and just like not going out, basically just being like a recluse. And so I did that. Learned a lot, and grown a lot in that too. And then I was like, okay, well, I need to jump back on the socials. And as if you don't know, but working for a church, especially like where you're operating and doing multiple roles, you find that you don't have a lot of time for really anything else. And so for a while, it's just been, go to work, hang out with my son, go home, and figure out what rest looks like, wake up and do it again. And, like, I remember for a while, I was like, man, I really want to invest in my podcast. I really want to just get after it this year and do it and do it and do it, do it. Um, and I was like, man, but I can't because I'm exhausted. I'm tired and this and that and the other, making excuses. And I was trying to figure out, like, like the two things that I'm trying to work on this year really is, um, eliminating distractions and then being consistent. And like when you feel like you figured out like a root cause of something, like you figured it out, you got the root cause down and you're working at it and working at it and working at it and working at it. And you're like, yeah. And you're pulling out the roots. But then you realize, like, oh snap, there's a root cause to the root cause. And you're like, holy crap. That happened to me like 4 weeks ago. I was sitting with a mentor of mine. And, well, let's run it back. It happened 2 months ago. So I was sitting with him and he's like, hey, I need you to do this homework for me and figure out this, because you're saying these two things of eliminating distractions and then also being consistent. Because, like, I thought for me it was like, oh, the distractions are the root cause, right? And so if I eliminate distractions, I've taken care of the root cause so that I can be consistent. So he's like, okay, well, I want you to do the specific homework. And I'm not saying what the homework is, just because I want to let you guys know. So then I'm like, okay, yeah, did a little bit of it, didn't take it serious. And then about a month and a half ago, we sit down again and I tell some news, some personal news that's going on in my life. And I was just like, man, things just suck right now. Like, I'm just like, it's just not in a good spot. And things are just tough right now. And then he's like, yo, like, basically, like, you ever have one of those conversations where you're like, oh, this conversation, I just want to hug. Like, I just want you to hug me, like, verbally hug me in this conversation. Yeah, that was the kind of conversation I was looking for, but it was not the conversation I got. And so, yeah, so we have a conversation, and he just does what a mentor should do, and he's just real with me, and he's just honest, and he's just like, okay, this is where you're at in life right now. This is what got you there. And he's like, okay, well, the root cause is actually not distraction. The root cause is actual time management. And so we started going through this process of, like, actually looking at my time and how I am spending my time. And the reality that I learned is that, like I said, it wasn't distractions, but it was time that was, or the lack of time management skills that was killing me from being consistent. And for those of y'all that know me, I am like a free spirit, go with the flow kind of guy of like, oh yeah, there's some things that I put in my calendar that are important. Other things I'm just like, all right, whatever happens, happens. But then I started reading this book. I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere in here. It's my second time going through the book, and it's called Ordering Your Private World. So this will be my second. Let me take that back. This is like my 6th time, like, going through this book, but this will be the 2nd time completing it. And actually I have 2 editions of this book. Yeah. And so what ended up happening is I started going through this book, and I'm like, holy crap. It talks about the inner versus the outer world, your inner private world versus your public outer world, and how the public outer world is actually a lot easier to maintain, to go through, um than your private world, because the outer world is like, oh yeah, your public world is what other people see and what other people are going through, um and like it's easy to put on a mask, a facade. But the private world is, that's where you're raw, you're vulnerable, you're um like not everybody sees that. And I realized that, man, my private world needed some major, like, not just surgery but also preventative care. So like, like basically my private world needed to go in the ER, and then also when it came out of the ER, like, hey, we're going into preventative care, because I realized in this time, not just going through this book, but then also just um like my journey in life right now, and this is just me being um yeah, just honest and authentic with y'all, is uh like in this time I realized that if I don't fight for my time, if I don't put boundaries around my time, if I don't put guardrails around my time, someone or something is going to dictate that for me. And I realized that, man, I have so many people and so many things that are trying to dictate where my time goes. And I realized that I was throwing out good yeses and okay yeses instead of great no's. And let me explain that for you. An okay yes or a good yes is like, oh, you get like 25 to 50% of my time and my energy and my mental capacity invested. And a great no is like, no, you don't get none of that, because I can't give you 99 or 100% or even 80% of my mental capacity. And so I've been in this season of just saying no a lot more. Um, no to a lot of things that are okay or good, so that I can say yes to not just the great things, but the God things that He has placed in my life. And I realized that I was investing so much time into, whether it's other people's visions, other people's dreams, uh, doom scrolling, Netflix, Hulu, TV, gaming. And I started realizing, I'm like, man, this is not God honoring, because God put something in front of me. And because of that, I've been neglecting what He put in front of me, because I haven't been good with my time management, because I've been allowing other things, other people to dictate that. And it's like not a bad thing, because I care about these things I'm invested in or involved in. But some of these investments are depreciating assets for me. Like, man, like doom scrolling. Sure, yeah, I can learn some things on social media. And yeah, I can recurate my feed and stuff, which is good. All good things. But is that just an excuse? In the long run, me spending 15, 20 minutes on social media, what's that doing for me? Is it an appreciating asset or is it a depreciating asset? And so I went through that. And then same with people. Like, how am I investing in people? Majority of people are appreciating assets, but what we do with them, or what I do with them, is it depreciating or is it appreciating? And I think about the story in the Bible about the gold or the talents. Um, where there's these three servants. One of them got so many bars, the other one got a little bit less, and then, one person got one. And, one of them, two of them, like they invested, and there was a return on their investment for two of them. One of them went out to a field and he buried it. And then when the master came back, he dug it up and brought him back to the master. And the master's so mad because he's like, bro, I gave you this bar. Like, these people seen a return on their investment, but you just gave me this bar back. And as I read that parable, and I've actually read it recently, I thought about, man, like, who am I in this parable? I feel like I am the one that went out to the field and dug and hid the talent, or the gold bar, or the gold coin, or whatever. And I'm like, oh, the master's coming back soon. And I'm like, okay, I got to dig this talent out now so that I can see a return on the investment, instead of just being like, oh yeah, God, you've given me this one thing, and I just let it die. I just buried it. So now I'm in this place where I'm like, man, I ain't burying it no more. Like, I gotta stop. I gotta stop being distracted. I gotta get better at my time management, because, like, I know that there are gifts and talents that the Lord has given me, and He's given me tools. And man, like, I think about the studio that I just did, and it's pretty dope. Like, it is really cool. I'm excited to have guests in here and talk about life and stuff, and you do a studio tour. Like, I think about this football right here. Yes, if y'all know any cleaners, please let me know, because, like, this case is dusty and it's bad, and I need to dust it. And this bookshelf's gonna get dusty. Maybe I need to put a plant in here. Maybe that will help out with dust. I don't know. But I think about this football, like, to showcase that football. That football has been with me the longest. The one thing that has been with me majority of my whole entire life. And there's, like, Bibles, and there's books. Of course, there's a couple shoes on here. One of my son's trophies. I got a gift that's a Bo Nix signed helmet, which is really dope, and old school, like, film cameras, and got a cinema camera hidden back here, and so like, this studio means something to me, because in this time of trying to eliminate distraction, trying to build something for me, this studio and building the studio, like, I get emotional, was like an anchor, because it was like me building the comeback, me getting ready to be like, okay, like, I don't have to bury the gifts and the talents that God has given me, even if I'm in a season of struggle or pain or hardship or focus. What I get to do is I get to build it, and God is in it, and He'll see me through it. But I have to do my part. And maybe some of y'all are in a season where you're going out to to the field and you are burying the things that God has given you because whether you're not ready, whether it's poor time management, whether it's distractions, whether you're just in the season of just pain. Like my mentor, uh, we were in a meeting and he said this. He's like, some of y'all are in the weight room and some of y'all are in the weight room. And he started talking. I mean, and it was so good. I was like, I'm stealing this. And so, yeah. And he said this. It's like there's a difference between the WAIT weight room and the WEIGHT. I'm horrible at spelling. Let me double check that. Yeah, WEIGHT. There's a difference between the WAIT room and the WEIGHT weight room. And he's like, you have to discern what weight room you are in. Because there are seasons in life where God's like, okay, hey, I just need you to wait in this room. But then there's seasons in your life where God's like telling you, like, nah, dog, like, you need to hit the gym and you need to be in the weight room, right? Like, I think about it like with David, right? From his younger age to, defeating Goliath, he wasn't in the WAIT room. He wasn't in the weight room. He was in the WEIGHT room. He was in the weight room because he was shepherding. There's a reason why he defeated Goliath, right? And so, yeah. So you have to distinguish what room you're in. And where I'm at is like, okay, I'm in the WEIGHT room. I don't have to be in the WAIT room right now. I just need to hit the weights and just go. And so if you're in the season of like, oh man, like I'm not sure, or I'm going out to the field to bury this talent, to bury this thing, it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because God has given you a talent. He's given you gifts. He's given you things for the world to see. I think about this past Sunday, the sermon my pastor gave, Pastor Noah. Shout out Pastor Noah. And he's talking about the prison with Paul and how they were doing hymns and worshiping, and he's like, a lot of people think, oh, the miracle is like the doors being opened in the prison, but the reality is that's not the miracle. The miracle is the change in the prison guard, because all of that happened to reach another soul for Christ. And so when you get in that weight room, you hit the weights so that not going out to the field to bury it. Instead, you are multiplying it. You're not just adding, but you're multiplying it so that another person can come to know the Lord, or another person can come to know your story, and you can be a seed planter so that they can come know the Lord. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. I just want to give you guys an update of like what's going on in my life, why I haven't been posting, but I'm excited for this new season. I mean, this room is beautiful. I put a gym in my utility room, so I'm going to be hitting the weights as well. And I'm excited about this season of being in the weight room, of hitting the weights. And yeah, we're going to have some guests on here, and we're just going to continue getting after it. So, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in as I'm also testing out this mic. Yeah, it's cool. You put your headphones into it, and it's just wirelessly connected to my camera, and it's pretty dope. So, yeah. Anyways, y'all, I think if I could leave you with like three things. If there's three things that you need to hear out of this podcast episode. One is figure out what the root cause is in anything in your life and keep pulling until that you fully grasp what that root cause is. Two, don't go out to the field and bury the gifts and talents and your life, because people need to hear from you for the glory of God. And three, figure out what room you're in. Is it the WAIT, the weight room, or is it WEIGHT? Take that up with the Lord. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in to another Between Us. That's the other podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Father Built podcast, where we build up men in holiness, healthiness, happiness, aiming to give men the tools to build their house of legacy. Feel free to catch me outside. How that? No, I was playing. Feel free to chime into the conversation. Leave a comment down below. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new studio space. I mean, I'm still messing with camera angles and stuff. I wanted to do something like this just to make it more personal as I'm talking to you guys. And so, yeah. Let me know what you think about the space. It's funny because I got these mics too, but I'm just testing out this mic. Let me know what you think about the mic too. But I'm totally digressing. Yeah. Also, I have Fast and Furious Hot Wheels, not Hot Wheels, but Legos up here too. It's pretty dope. Okay, I digress. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and always remember, peace, love, blessings. We out.